Hey everyone, today is first day of spring, but where I live we have, I believe today, 24 degrees right now. Forsythias are blooming and in some areas cherry blossoms are also blooming. So I am in the mood of spring arts and crafts. So we will make cherry blossom jeans. Let's get started, I am super excited. Hello, welcome back to Marta from Sparta. This episode will be partially from my garage. We are making cherry blossom jeans, which Blake Lively, I think that's how you pronounce her name, was wearing a few years ago. And jeans are currently out of stock. They about $500, but they are not available anywhere. And I understand that it was a few years ago when she was rocking those jeans, but guess what? Floral prints are back again. So this spring and summer seasons, floral prints are big. Floral accessories are big. So if you remember, we made rosettes, we made shoe clips. So flowers will be everywhere, literally everywhere. So I think it's nice to get these jeans back, and it's perfect timing because yesterday was first day of spring and cherry blossoms are blooming in some of the areas wherever I live now because it's still cold. But cherry blossoms are blooming and it's time for cherry blossom jeans. So stay tuned.
When Blake Lively posted a photo rocking some Relato Cherry Blossom boyfriend jeans from Preserve, Pinterest went nuts, and everyone had to make own version of Cherry Blossom jeans. And that was back in 2015. But now floral print and upscaling jeans is back for 2024 spring-summer fashion season. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Relato Jean project, it started when founder Erin Fanger came down with an autoimmune disease, which caused her to leave her office career. She spent some time at her friend's art studio and noticed how she would wipe excess paint on her pens, turning them actually into a canvas. Erin decided to recreate the look for others, and now each pair of jeans she makes is its own piece of art. However, Relato jeans are a little pricey. They are about $500. Since each pair benefits art therapy programs at Children's Presbyterian Hospital in both Los Angeles and New York, I am in full support of dropping those dollar bills if you have them. But not everyone has an extra $500 to spare. So here is the way to DIY a pair yourself. Then you can donate a more comfortable amount to the program's Relato supports. They are committed to eliminate waste and preventing overproduction. Made to order helps eliminate waste. You want it, we make it. We sell grade A vintage products. Giving clothes a second chance at life is what we are all about. This is Relato Jean Project. We believe in denim doing good in every aspect of our company. That's what the company message is, and I love it.
I secured the floor with a leftover paper from studio. And usually I have some leftovers from photo shoots and I hate to throw away the paper, so I'm using leftovers to secure my arts and crafts spots or for floor, like in this case. So make sure you secure the floor, even with a garbage bag, old towels, whatever you have, secure your floor, because we will be splashing the paint on the jeans and you don't want the paint to be all over the place. So in my case, it's very sophisticated hammers in the corners, but well, it works. And let's get started. Let's prepare the jeans. They were pre-washed already, and I wanted this boyfriend oversized kind of look, which original jeans were. So I have jeans which are from Goodwill. They are 2 or 3 sizes bigger than I normally would wear, and I'm gonna use Goodwill jeans to try this project.
And I fully support this beautiful message Relato sends. So I am thrifting my own jeans. I bought them in the Goodwill because I didn't have any appropriate pair at home. So I am recycling as well. As I mentioned before, please secure your floor because you will splatter and splash the paint all over the place. Um, I made sure that I laid my jeans very flat. I had to undo my cuffs and I stick a piece of paper towel in between in my waist because I don't want the paint to be in the inside of the jeans. I think it's gonna be overall later uncomfortable when the paint dries and it's going to be really itchy. I'm using the set of the cheapest paintbrushes I got in the dollar store. And the fun begins. I'm recycling paint, which I have this kind since a year probably now from some old house project. This is flat wall or ceiling paint, which I got in Walmart, and I'm keep using the same paint for, uh, and I used it for multiple projects. And you basically go to town, just splatter, splash, smudge the paint all over your jeans. You can go with a lot of stains. You can just go as little as you want. It's entirely up to you. Um, when I splatter my paint, I kind of went in with my brush and I smudged it in some areas. And I also didn't wait to flip the jeans. I didn't wait for my side A to dry in order to splatter on side B. The reason for it is because I want them to be messy. I want them to be not perfect. I want them to have as natural as possible smudges. So as soon as I was happy with the side A, I just flipped the jeans and I went to town with side B.
So as you saw on the video, I flipped the sides immediately without waiting for one side to dry before I'm gonna splatter another side. I didn't care if the flipping will make the jeans more messy and the splatter more smudged, because that's the whole idea for this project, to make it very messy, and the first layer should be a lot of splattering, smudges, brush strokes, and on and on and on. So in this case, I actually hoping that when I swap the sides, I kind of did more smudging accidentally. And now I'm gonna wait for the both sides to dry before I will start to paint a cherry blossom on it. So for the next step, I will see you in my studio.
And we back to studio. My pants had to dry probably a day at least, and I was pretty happy with the results. And because we're doing obviously cherry blossom look, you're gonna need at least 2 shades of pink, potentially 2 shades of green, black marker, and I'm using Martha Stewart, I don't know how they call it, like stamps. And I will use the smallest one from the whole set. I didn't dilute this paint at all. I just put it on the tray. I draw first branches because I wanted to have at least a basic idea where my cherry blossom will go. And I used black marker to do that because I was doing dark jeans, I'm sorry. So I wasn't sure if I will use green in the future. So I sketched general idea where my cherry blossom branches will go. I didn't care about this to be perfect yet because I knew that I'm gonna go over it and cover it with flowers anyway. So don't worry of the lines being perfect. Just get general idea where your branches will go because I promise you, you will cover it with the flowers anyway, so you're gonna barely see any branches. So the next thing, and that's pretty self-explanatory, I start to stamp cherry blossom flowers. I started with the lightest pink I had, and I was doing 4 petals, and I kind of was tapping 4 or 5 times at one spot. And if you remember my sweatshirt project, I had to go over same flower multiple times. It seems like with the jeans, it's not the case. Um, I literally tap 4 or 5 times on each petal, and I never had to go back and repeat it. It seems like jeans were taking the paint not as crazy as my sweatshirt did, or maybe that's the fact that I already have some splatter paint on it. I'm not sure, but this time it was fairly easy. And I was doing that all over my branches. As you see, I mentioned before, don't worry about branches to be perfect. And at some point I figured out, like, wait a second, maybe I can mix a little bit of pink with white. So I was tapping half of my stample in little bit of white and a little bit of pink, so I get this multicolor petals. And then I decided to use very tiny paintbrush and paint very tiny cherry blossom flowers in between. I thought that's only me. I thought that the big flowers has too much space between them, so I thought that I will paint little ones in between to kind of get this fuller look. Once I was done with that, I moved on and I started to do and paint the middle of the flowers. And in order to do that, oh, also what I did, I still, even though I painted the tiny flowers, I still didn't like how everything looked like, and I thought it was too much space, too much blue between flowers. So I took like my stencil and I kind of start to stamp very lightly on my flowers to create this kind of like a cloud, pink cloud in between them. And that actually was the part which I was finally happy with it. And I took a tiny brush and I paint the middles of my cherry blossom flowers, and then I added some leaves, and that was it. Soon after, I found light pair of jeans, and I wanted to use on them technique number 2, which I came up when I was doing dark jeans. So what I did, I mixed the paint in 1:1, same paint, same ceiling paint, in 1:1 ratio with a water. And oh boy, that made the splattering way easier. I got the splattering which I wanted, and I really liked, and I really regret that I didn't come up with this idea when I was doing dark jeans. But you learn as you go, right? So I did second pair of jeans, when the only difference was that I splattered the paint, um, and I used water and paint 1:1 ratio, and the rest of the process was exactly same. So here you go, you can compare 2 jeans, and I love them both. I love the dark look and I love the light denim look. I already was wearing the light jeans. It was beautiful sunny day, so I felt like, yeah, why not? I got a lot of compliments on it, and I hope you guys love this project. I highly encourage you to try it, because upscaling jeans and floral patterns are gonna be so in this spring and summer. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I will see you next week.